From the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, I'm Marshal Manlove, and it is October 24th, 2021. I'll tell you what, there is probably little that bugs me more recently than than Windows updates. They force these updates, and every time they do, I have to reset everything. And it like just adds 15 minutes to my day and stress, which I don't need. Nobody needs stress. Nobody wants it. It's forced upon us. Sunday Funday. Oh yeah. Thought I was going to have the day off today, but I'm not. By the way, doing this is not work, really. I mean, work to get some of this stuff ready to go, but that's about it. On my personal page right now, I will shift everything over to other sites where eventually I would like my friends and anybody who has interest in this at all to go, because at some point I'm just going to go to one spot. I will encourage you to go to my YouTube page, My Sports Reports. My Sports Reports, space in between my and sports and reports, please. Specific reason I would like people to go there, because eventually this won't just be about local Delaware sports. You see the Delaware sports over here logo up here in the corner. I need a My Sports Reports logo. Somebody could help me out with that, I'd appreciate it. But we're going to talk about all sports from all states at some point. Not just me, though. Hopefully it'd be some other people. It's enough for me to do just with this. But at some point, when we switch from the home studio to a regular studio, I'm going to set up a bunch of stations and have a bunch of people work. Provided that I stay interested, because really, like, if my ship comes in, I'm riding out on it. That's for sure. We're choppering into some mountain compound and have supplies airdropped in. I think ultimately that's the goal, real goal. But I think probably even then, if I was secluded on some mountain compound, surrounded by a wall with machine gun turrets and a moat with alligators, I still would probably live stream some sports just because it's fun, right? If you're not a fan of YouTube, and not everybody is, believe it or not, I'm also uploading these videos on My Sports Reports on Rumble. Now notice here that you have to remove the spaces here, so it's all one word, My Sports Reports. That's my channel there. I think I have my preference. I'd have people go over to My Sports Reports on Rumble for two reasons. Number one reason is because we're already in the revenue sharing stream there. I just need more people to watch it there. And it's not really so much about me generating income for myself. I would like to pay other people to do some things, and I would like to do it with earnings from this. The second reason to go to Rumble is because I don't have to be as careful about what I say here. Now, I could just directly live stream right to Rumble, but they want $25 a month. I'm currently generating $0 a month doing this. So until such time as I can generate at least $25 a month, I'm going to refrain from live streaming on Rumble. But let's face it, man. You have to watch everything that you say. It is 1984 in 2021. See, I probably will get banned for just saying that on a couple of the other places where this is being aired. That's how bad it is right now. That's so bad. That is one of the motivating factors to having me doing this, ironically enough, because we want to have some positivity. And what better place to talk about things that are positive, but in an area where we are galvanized by the activities of our young people and those who guide and motivate them in sports, literally in the arena. So it's my sports reports, no spaces on Rumble. You can subscribe there. It's free to subscribe. My sports reports on YouTube. So here's the difference also. To get into the revenue stream on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. Like I have plenty of them on my hypnosis page, but not here. So I need a free to subscribe, all right? Maybe some point I'll have an extra service where I provide extra material for a subscription fee, but it's just free to subscribe. You need a YouTube account, a Google account. Subscribe there. Plus, I need 4,000 viewing hours in total. So I need 988 more subscribers and like 3,990 more viewing hours. So if you can do anything for me, click on this. If you're going out to walk the dog or something, click on a video, just let it run and help me out there. All right, so I did this all backwards today. Usually I do all the promoting stuff about that later on in the video. But let's go to some local Delaware sports action. It's all high school stuff. A little easier to find. People are more willing to send that stuff in. Anything that you would like to send in to me, please do so. mysportsreports@gmail.com. We'll take pictures of kids who are doing stuff and being honored in some way. And look, adult amateur stuff is good too. You know, we like to encourage people having healthy lifestyles. So if you're playing in a softball league, a volleyball league, field hockey league, something like that, and you'd like to submit some results, some special achievements, you can do that here too. Set up a whole channel just for that. I'm going to mention the St. Elizabeth Vikings a few times here today. One very special achievement happened yesterday. But the Vikings of St. Elizabeth did honor a couple athletes of the week last week. Jody Marie Rigger from their cross-country team had a season best time during one of their races last week. And from the soccer team, Spencer Trolio was the other athlete of the week for the Vikings. Obviously, from the picture, he's on the soccer team. Parents sent me these pictures. Look, if you see a picture up here that you need credit for, just send me that. I'm not trying to steal pictures or anything like that. If somebody sent it to me, I put it up there. But remember, if there's a photographer who owns the rights to the pictures, make sure you send that to me. I know a couple of real great sports photographers too. Bud Keegan and Don Blake and Lloyd Lee Height. And I'm happy to post their pictures if they want some promotion too. Let's go to field hockey. This is an important field hockey match for Division II. Tatnall shuts out Wilmington Friends 4-0. Junior Rachel Whitehead scored twice, and senior Katrina Cattermole had 3 assists as the Hornets beat their conference rivals, the Quakers. This improves the Hornets' record to 10-3, and the Quakers fall to 9-2-1, and they split the season series with each other. I'd have to take a look at the rest of their competition within the conference to see who is going to be the conference champion in the independent conference. Wilmington Christian and Conrad played to a 0-0 tie. Peyton Seal had to make 18 saves for Wilmington Christian to preserve that shutout. Ruby Wilson only had to face 1 shot for Conrad, which she saved for the Red Wolves. Let's take a look at football from yesterday. What I have posted up here is, I guess, officially NFHS high school records. but we know how that goes. They're tough to track, tough to compile over the years and decades. And in fact, this particular record that I'm going to point out now is over 100 years old. It's rushing touchdowns in a high school football game. That record set in 1912 by John Cook out of Beatrice High School in Nebraska. 13 touchdowns in one game rushing. And then you see a couple others. 2 individuals had 12. A few had 10. A few had 9. A total of 14 people had more than 8 rushing touchdowns in a game. But yesterday, in Middletown, Delaware, in my backyard, and I happened to be at the school that day at a volleyball match, junior Quasim Benson from St. Elizabeth High School had 8 rushing touchdowns against St. Andrews in a 62-28 win. All scoring in this game, all 90 points done in the first 3 quarters. So he scored 8 touchdowns in 3 quarters, 4 in the second quarter, 2 each in the first and the third. I'm waiting for the total yardage that he rushed for in that game. I know it was for over 400, but just on those 8 touchdowns alone, he rushed for 312 yards. Michael Lilly passed for 3 touchdowns, including 2 to Griffin Patterson for St. Andrews. So if you wonder how over 400 yards stacks up in the record book, it would have to be a whole lot more than 400, because here are the unofficial records. Unofficial, I don't know if they're unofficial or official. I mean, if they're listed somewhere, I guess they're official. It is a national federation of high school sites. I just don't know if that's official. John Gianantonio from Netcong High School had 754 yards rushing in one game against Mountain Lakes High School. I used to live right near that town, New Jersey, growing up, in one game. And then one other person had over 700. And you see, as we go down the list, we got the top 10, and we're at 574. So we don't know how many Quasim had yesterday, but I'm waiting for Joe Papilli from St. Elizabeth's to get that to me. They have to get all those yards off of the game film. So big day for Quasim Benson. That's pretty exciting. And the leader of the free world was on campus too. He was watching the field hockey game there. I was at the volleyball match. In an exciting volleyball match that St. Andrews won in 5 sets over Sanford School. The last 3 matches that I have refed have gone 5 sets, and in the 5th set, all 3 of them were tied at 10 points. Archmere Academy stays undefeated and beats Caesar Rodney 28-6. I'd have to ask head coach John Belace the last time Archmere Academy even played Caesar Rodney and how they've done against them over the years. Caesar Rodney, traditionally a Division I school, I guess they still are, size-wise. Or is it District 14F, whatever it is now. But they stay undefeated, and Caesar Rodney's having a tough year. I believe they won their first game last week. It was against Cape and Lopin. Both those teams had been winless prior to it. I just forget which team won. Chris Albero rushed for 131 yards on just 9 carries. Also threw for 104 yards for the Hawks. Ryan Von Brandt threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 1 as the Jaguars of Appoquinimink beat Hodson 32-16. Caleb Ellis threw 2 touchdowns for the Silver Eagles. Marquis Ellaby scored 4 touchdowns for the Yellow Jackets of Newark, and they beat McCain 47-16. Wilmington Friends beats Howard 35-0. OC Chuck Wuocha rushed for 151 yards on 21 carries and caught 3 receptions for 26 yards. He caught 3 passes. The act of catching a pass is a reception, so I need to edit that. And he scored 3 times. Boys soccer, the Del Castle Cougars stay hot. They beat Concord 8-0. Christopher Torres Romero had 3 goals and 2 assists Brian Villagomez Lara also had a hat trick in their 8-0 win over the Raiders. They've outscored their opponents 36-0 in their past 5 games, and they're now 10-2 on the year. I've noticed that the video camera has not frozen. Yeah. It's time for me to send the Daily Yo out to Twitch. I have 1 viewer there. So I will type in Yo viewer. And let's see if... Oh, I made that clicking noise with my mouth. That makes me want to punch myself right through the screen. Let's see. Can I... I need to... Let's see. Can I say yo to people on Facebook? I think I actually have to be on Facebook to say yo to my 2 viewers. I want to say yo to Joey V. Joey V might be watching. My beautiful wife Dawn might be watching. Statistically, that is the what I would say the chances are of my 2 viewers being those 2 people. That even makes sense? I don't know. Sunday, I'm not through my first pot of coffee yet. Over to volleyball. Other volleyball, anyway. Padua Academy. Tough match against Delaware Military Academy. 7 points separated the teams throughout the entire match. Megan Peters had 20 kills. Audrey Lyons, 37 assists for the Pandas. Lillian Wenzel led the Seahawks with 15 kills. And Delaney Schultz, 26 assists. Archmere beats Appoquinimink 3-0. Abigail Garcia had 10 kills for Archmere. They are 7-6. They have, well, with 13 matches, they have 2 left. 1 more with Newark Charter. They likely have a tough day there. But they should end up at least 8-7, if not 6. If not 9-6. Wilmington Friends sweeps Tower Hill in 3 sets. Abby Carrion, 21 kills for Friends. Natalie Bush, 33 assists. Chloe Sachs paced the Hillers with 13 kills. Newark Charters, just mentioned them. They are 12-2 now after beating Cesar Rodney 3-0. The Riders fall to 10-4. Angela Steinkraus had 12 kills for the Patriots. The Riders need to see some stiffer upstate competition for sure as they prepare for their state tournament appearance this year. The Riders are 10-4 with Sussex Central remaining. Sussex Central's 10-3. Sussex Central did have a big win against Smyrna earlier in the year, but they have lost to Delmarva Christian and I forget the other team. Dover. They lost to Dover, and there was one. It might have been Concord, I think, that Sussex Central lost to. So I would say that Cesar Rodney takes that match with Sussex Central, but Sussex Central is going to need it. So it will be an important match for both of those schools. What else do I want to mention? This broadcast brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. I'm on MarshallManlove.com right now. There's some pictures from actual shows that I do of hypnotized kids and adults. There's some adults in there somewhere too. Just do more shows in like graduation season and after prom. I don't know why I post horrible pictures of myself up there. That's not a good marketing ploy. Post pictures of myself. That doesn't entice anybody to come watch me to show pictures of me. It's these pictures that you see. Some pictures from the New York State Fair a couple years ago. That's fun. Oh, I gotta delete all these pictures of me. That's so horrible. What am I doing? Anyway, that's me. I also sell real estate in Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. I have to go show a house in Lancaster, Pennsylvania here in a couple hours. So I should probably have my second cup of coffee, second pot. See what happens if I don't get into that second pot? Then I can't speak properly. I'm on my 3rd cup, which I think is the end of the first pot. I'm not positive, but there's going to be another pot coming soon. All right, I think that's it. I can't attract any more than 2 live viewers this morning, even on a Sunday Funday. That's okay. It's just going to take some time. Take 6 weeks at least of being in front of people to have them buy in. 6 exposures to have it sink in that there's something going on that somebody might want to pay attention to. I don't know. If I say anything more at this point, I'm just going to be babbling. So, one solution to that: stop babbling. I'm Marshal Manlove, and now